So I'm back stitching here as I finish. Alright, to keep it in place. Make it easier so I don't have to think about it. Okay. Alright, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, now, pins out, out. The top, even though I basted, I just want to make sure that the top edges line up. Yeah. And that pin just helps me. I just have to be careful when I sew not to break a needle. And same thing right there. I'm going to leave that one. And take that one out. Okay. And often I leave the one at the very beginning in place just to help me in case my back stitch isn't that strong. It keeps that part where I need it to be, right? So when I sew. And here's what we've done, basically. So it's an, oops, there's a hidden pin. Okay, here's what we got, right? This is our collar now. It's all done. Oh, that's a sandwich. We made a sandwich. A collar between the layer of the facing and the garment, okay? And basically the only thing that you really have to be concerned about is that you don't get a pleat, all right? So just, you can feel the layers. You know, your fingers are that sensitive now, right? That you can feel the layers. You can feel if there's an extra layer underneath. So, you know, just help it a little bit. And it's only a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch seam, just like you basted just now. So, okay. And start it, and then back stitch it, turn it on, helps. So it's just the foot space. And try to control your back stitching. Don't go crazy here. Okay, I know that I have a pin underneath, so I'm going to take it out just in time, basically. Okay. And you're sewing in a circle. Again, I have the blouse down, I have the facing on top, and I've got the top collar up. If you don't, stop now and fix it before you do more, okay? And just check, shoulder seams are going the right way. You know, even though you got it basted, they can still do funny stuff. Okay? So you've got a guide. You're there to guide. Cable shut. Okay. Here. Yeah, shoulder seams going the right way. Okay, do you remember what we did on the Dicky neckline after we put the facing on? What? Yeah, on that one, because it was a 1/2 inch seam, we braided the seam allowance, right? And then we did make straight clips. In this one, because it's only a 1/4 inch seam, it's very likely we don't have to do anything. We'll check it and look. Hidden pin, take it out. And again, as you come to the front, just be on it. Make sure that that stitch is folded on the stitch where the square the corner. Okay, back stitch a little bit, pull it out. There we go. All right, and let's take a look. Let's see how it looks when I get it done. Okay. So here's another dark square the corner. So let's see what it looks like if I just poke it out. All right, a little bit bulky, right? So I'm going to do that thing that I showed on the other something. I'm going to cut it on the diagonal from the stitch to the corner. Right, stitch to the corner. We did that on, I guess the other collar, right? Stitch to the corner, like that. So it just reduces some of the bulk in that corner, okay? And then when we try it again, poke it, put your finger right in there, poke it out, and not bad. It feels much lighter than it did. So I take a pin and I work the corner out. Okay, pretty good, right? So that's my collar, right? Pretty nice? Okay, I'll buy it. Okay. If I had to do it on one side, I know I'm gonna have to do it on the other. So again, from stitch to corner, bottom stitch to corner, right? Stick your finger in. No, with the pink. Virginia, your fabric, we'll probably have to do something else there, because it's gonna be thick in this corner, where we have to grade a little bit more. Okay, and I poke this guy out too. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Okay, so usually we don't have to do any clips in here. Just look at it and see if it's laying pretty smooth and flat. I think mine is. So I don't think I have to do any clips. I'm a little afraid to do clips when it's only a 1/4 inch seam. Okay, but what else did we do on the dicky? Right? We don't need to grade here. What else did we do? Remember?
Sew the seam to.
Yeah, what's it called? You're right. We had to sew. Yeah, we had to attach the facing to the seam allowance with an understitch. Right? Remember that? So, yeah, that's a good thing to remember. Understitch keeps the facing in place, so you're not always tucking it in, right? And I believe because this folds back, the first button is somewhere down here-ish. We start the understitch about 1 inch from the shoulder. Okay? So, excuse me, hold it out. And again, we're attaching the facing to the seam allowance. Start like 1 inch, or it might be 1.5 inches in my notes, inch and a half from the shoulder seam. All the stitching here is on the facing. The facing is catching to the seam allowance of the garment. Okay, got it? And collar. So there, start it there. You can back stitch or not. I'm going to tie line and just stitch. And remember the understitch. And you're working with the collar up, with the collar side up, collar and facing up. The blouse is not being caught in this at all. Okay, everything is, the seam allowance goes up toward the facing. My stitching is on the facing, catching through the layers. Inside view of the presser foot.